electrician Graham Dainty is a man who is passionate about New Zealand's outdoors. So much so that he has come up with a pretty creative way of sharing his experiences with the rest of us.
I just love taking photographs.
And what specifically do you like taking photographs of?
It's the outdoors, the landscape and the wildlife that's in our backyard, because you get a real feeling of sort of how grand nature is and how wonderful it is when you're just a wee piece in amongst this huge big vista and things.
Should we go and have a look and see, and you can show us how it's done?
Yeah, sure. Every job has or what you want to take a photo of has a slightly different need of different gear. So I have to get it nice and close, so I go with a wider angle lens. The longer telephoto lens, which will bring things in a lot closer and clearer. The tripod's really essential, because the further you look away, then the more shaky it gets.
One of the neat things that you can use is a bean bag.
Yep. And
that's just like, it looks exactly like a wheat bag. You can make one yourself, fill it with sand or rice, something like that, and it's just enough that you can pop on the ground and sit your lens on and you don't get that shake.
For sure, and that actually can work sometimes better than a tripod.
Coming to a wildlife park, a good place to practice wildlife photography?
It's probably the best place you can do, because you get used to what the birds do, because every bird is slightly different. Like these bigger birds, they tend to sit and wait for a wee bit. We get something like the wee parakeets, they're darting all over the place.
Yeah, so is there a trick to these guys?
No trick, just take lots of pictures.
These are the Antipodes Island parakeets, and there are around 50 of these in captivity in New Zealand, which is the only place you'll see them, unless you're lucky enough to travel to the Antipodes Islands in New Zealand's sub-Antarctic islands. So is it only birds that you take photographs of?
The landscape is my main thing. Birds are a real bonus. You know, you get some birds in the field, and it's just the cream of the cream.
Would you always use a flash when you're photographing wildlife?
Not always. When it's a wee bit duller, it just helps fill in the shadow areas and things like that, and just puts a wee sparkle in their eye just to make them look quite alive. The big place is where to put the bird in the picture. Get them in the middle or with a bush behind them or something.
Yep.
And try and sort of line them up so they're coming through, so there's a tussock behind them instead of a fence or something like that.
I could see actually how this could get quite addictive.
It does. It does, yeah.
And there must be something so lovely about, you know, even if you don't get a shot, just spending an afternoon sitting quietly.
It is. It's being there is everything.
Photography is one really creative way that you can experience the outdoors. And you don't need the whole flash kit to get started. So grab your camera and go for it.